Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel Experts Coaching Center. My dear students, Expert Coaching Center started in the year 2014. You can also contact me on my given number, that is 993474034, or you can contact me on the number 9631537637. You can also text me on my WhatsApp number, that is 9102263208. Now let's start the chapter. Today we have got our chapter metals and non-metals. Dear students, earlier people didn't have information about elements. They had limited information, but now in modern era we have got 118 elements that are known today. Among of them, 90 elements are metals, 22 are non-metals, and among of them few are metalloids also. If we take example of metals, we have got sodium, potassium, magnesium, aluminum, calcium, iron, barium, etc. Similarly, non-metals: oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, sulfur, phosphorus, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, etc. Talk about metals, metalloids. We have got boron, silicon, arsenic, antimony, germanium, polyminium, etc. Now we are talking about metals. Simple definitions of metals is all the elements except hydrogen which form positive ions by losing electrons during chemical reactions. They are called metals. Most of the elements are metals. This includes alkali metals, alkaline earth metals, transition metals, lanthanides, and actinides. On the periodic table, metals are separated from non-metals by a zigzag line stepping through carbon, phosphorus, selenium, iodine, and radon. These elements and those to right of them are non-metals. Elements just to left of the line may be termed metalloids or semi-metals and have properties intermediate between those of the metals and non-metals. Metalloids have the property that they are having both the properties of metals and non-metals. You can see here easily in the periodic table. This is the zigzag line I was talking about: carbon, phosphorus, selenium, iodine, and these all are non-metals, and these all are metalloids, except these all are metals. Now talk about the physical properties of metals. Generally metals are lustrous. Lustrous means having shiny surface, except sodium and potassium, because they don't have a shiny surface. Now metals are good conductors of heat and electricity, but we have exceptions also, like mercury, lead, alloy of iron, chromium, titanium, stainless steel. These all are poor conductors of electricity. Lead, brass, titanium, mercury, stainless steel, bismuth, these all are poorest conductor of heat. If you talk about high melting point, metals are having high melting point except mercury, cesium, gallium. Metals have high density. It means they are heavy for their size, except lithium, because lithium is nearly half as dense as water. Sodium and potassium, you can cut with the help of knife also. Now metals are malleable. They can be hammered, except mercury. Metals are ductile, they can be drawn into wires. We have exceptions. Tungsten is not very ductile. Metals are usually solid at room temperature. An exception is mercury. Metals are opaque, it means you are not able to see through metals. Metals are sonorous, they make a bell like sound. You might have heard in the school, ringing bell of the school when struck. Exceptions: mercury, gallium, cesium, which are liquid at room temperature and ordinary temperature also. Now talk about nonmetals. Definitions of nonmetal: elements that tend to gain electrons to form anions during chemical reactions are called nonmetals. Out of 22 nonmetals, 10 nonmetals are solid. You can have example also: carbon, sulfur, phosphorus. 11 nonmetals are gases. Have the example here: hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen and chlorine. Whereas only one nonmetal, that is liquid, that is bromine. Talk about physical properties of nonmetals. Nonmetals are generally non-malleable. Nonmetals are non-ductile because they can't be rolled into wires and pounded into sheet. Nonmetals are poor conductor of heat and electricity. Nonmetals don't have lustrous property. These have no metallic luster, don't reflect light. Nonmetals are non-sonorous also. We have got few exceptions here. Graphite, a natural form of carbon, is a good conductor of electricity, whereas all nonmetals are solid or gas, but bromine is liquid. All nonmetals don't have shiny surface, or they don't have shiny surface or lustrous, but iodine has luster. Now we have got here summary comparison of physical properties of metals and nonmetals. If we talk about physical state for metals, metals are solid at room temperature except mercury and gallium. On the contrary, nonmetals are generally solid or gases. We have got exceptions also, like bromine is a liquid. Melting and boiling points: metals have high melting point and boiling point except gallium and cesium. Nonmetals have low melting point and boiling point except diamond and graphite. Density: metals are generally high density and nonmetals have generally low density. Malleability and ductility: metals are malleable and ductile. Nonmetals neither malleable nor ductile. Electrical and thermal conductivity: metals are good conductors of heat and electricity, whereas nonmetals generally poor conductors of heat and electricity except graphite, because graphite can conduct electricity. Luster: metals possess shiny luster. Nonmetals don't have luster except iodine. Sonorous sound: metals give sonorous sound when you are struck. Nonmetals does not give sonorous sound. Hardness: generally metals are hard, whereas nonmetals are solid, generally soft except diamond. Now talk about metalloids. If we talk about properties of metalloids, they are having intermediate properties between the metals and nonmetals. Metalloids are useful in semiconductor industry. Metals are all solid at room temperature. Some metalloids such as silicon, germanium can act as electrical conductor under the right conditions. Thus, they are called semiconductors. Silicon, for example, appears lustrous but not malleable or ductile. It is brittle, a characteristic of some nonmetals. It is much poorer conductor of heat and electricity than the metals. They can form alloy with other metals. Their physical properties tend to be metallic, but their chemical properties tend to be non-metallic. So for today, up to here only. In next video, we'll get in touch. Thank you. Bye bye.